Welcome to Study Section 6, Belief Systems and Religious Practices. Introduction. This study session is about belief system and religious practices. One way to say religion is to see it as a belief in spiritual being. Another way to see it is as a method of appealing to powers superior to man, which are believed to direct the course of nature. You are likely going to know one person or the other that has a belief system different from yours. Take a little time to think of such differences. Is the difference in the way of dogma or means of ritual? Here, you will learn how belief system and religion is universal to all Homo sapiens. What then is religion? To what extent is religion universal? What variation exists in religious belief? What variation exists in religious practices? Learning outcomes. When you have studied this session, you should be able to 1. Define and use correctly all of the key words printed in bold. 2. Describe the extent to which religion is universal. 3. Explain the existing variation in religious belief. 4. Explain the existing variation in religious practices. Universality of religion. Religion is a matter of inner conviction, and an outer way of life is a mere consequence of it. People, as long as they are humans, have a right to differ from one another in their convictions and are bound to have different ways of life. Religion is a means to end the soul-searching desire to seek freedom from mundane activities. There are numerous religions in the world that have differences because they are all the outcome of different traditions and backgrounds. The concept of religion. The details of religions practiced in the far distant past cannot always be recovered, but evidence of ritual treatment of the dead suggests that early man believed in the existence of supernatural spirit and that they tried to communicate with and perhaps influence them. This shows the evidence of the universality of religion in historic time. In this case, the religion articulates a culture's beliefs and conception of the beyond. Durkheim sees religion as worship of society, not as worship of a deity. Rites are means through which a group reaffirms itself. Religious rites strengthen commonly held attitude. The social function of religion are providing emotional support and security for the believers. Religion provides meaning in a natural world in which humans have little or no control over certain phenomena. Humans use religion to deal with dependence, powerlessness, scarcity. Religion offers a transcendental relationship with the beyond, which provides people with new security, a firmer identity in this world, believers and priests. Religion provides social control. As Durkheim implied, religion sacralizes the norms and values of established society, maintaining the dominance of group goals over individual wishes. By this, religion is a means of social control. Religion provides mechanisms for social change. Religion has served a prophetic function in which absolute standards take precedence over earthly ones. Religious belief is thus used as justification for social protest, social movement, political revolutions, etc. Religion contributes to individuals' identities. Religion is an aspect of heritage. Like ethnicity, religion furnishes part of individuals' understanding of whom and what they are. For example, I am a Catholic or I am a Muslim. Religion is a factor in directing the individual's life course. Religion contributes to the developing identity of the individual. That is, this is the maturation function of religion. Religions prescribe rights, privileges, and responsibilities. These rights, privileges, and responsibilities are associated with life stages, as with the identity of elder ceremonies for entry into adulthood or marriage. Any of these functions might also be seen as dysfunctional. For example, religion might recommend quieticism, not social protest. Religion might instill immaturity, not personal development. Religion and secular society. Generally, religion concerns the sacred, and secular society comprises the profane. However, there are important and enduring relationships between these two separate spheres. The religion-society link is expressed differently in different religious organizations. Variation in religious belief. There is no general agreement about why men need religion, but it is generally known that man has invented spirit, gods, and supernatural beings and forces. This invention leads to the recognition of the enormous variation in details of religious belief and practice. Societies differ in the kind of supernatural being they create, in the character of their supernatural beings, in the structure or hierarchy of the organization of those beings, what the being actually do, and what happens to men after death. Variation exists also in the way in which the society interacts with the supernatural. Whether anyone has equal access to the supernatural, or whether specialists act as intermediaries between people and the supernatural, and whether the communication is supplicative or manipulative. Variation in religious practices. Beliefs are not the only element of religion that vary from society to society. There is also variation in how people deal with the supernatural. There may or may not be intermediaries between God and man, and the manner of approach in the supernatural varies from supplication, which means request, prayers, and so on, to manipulation. It is permissible in all religions for the individual approach to the supernatural. But in some societies, the contact with the supernatural is more on an individual basis than in others. Summary of Study Section 6. In Study Section 6, you have learnt that 1. Durkheim sees religion as worship of society, not as worship of a deity. 2. Early man believed in the existence of supernatural spirit, and that they try to communicate with and perhaps influence them. This shows the evidence of the universality of religion in historic time. 2. Variation exists also in the way in which the society interacts with the supernatural, whether anyone has equal access to the supernatural, or whether specialists act as intermediaries between people and the supernatural, and whether the communication is supplicative or manipulative. There may or may not be intermediaries between God and man, and the manner of approach to the supernatural varies from supplication, that is, request, prayers, and so on, to manipulation. We have now come to the end of study session 6. Thanks for listening.